And welcome to Paul's Spare Time. It's time for this week's episode of It's All About the Jeffersons. It's our weekly nickel box hunt where we're searching a box from the bank of nickels looking for treasures in all those Jeffersons. Occasionally even something that is maybe not a Jefferson. Who knows? Who knows? I'm behind the the search. I guess I can move that out of the way. I'm ready to go. What time is it? It's like 10:30 on a Friday night. Paul's definitely ready to search on 10:30 on a Friday night. We're going to do this box of nickels. I have done something a little tiny bit different. As this box of nickels, you know how you go to a restaurant and the seafood restaurant, and you get shrimp that they say was just swimming in the ocean the day before? Well, this is a box of nickels that was just swimming in the ocean on Wednesday. I picked up this box of nickels on Wednesday. So this is to show everybody what is out there right now. I ordered 2 boxes of nickels this Wednesday. This is one of the 2 I got. I can tell by looking through the holes that this is a circulated box. So we will be keeping track of our finds. I will be keeping track on this sheet of the score. So let me show you how we score a nickel box. A key date nickel, which dates are below, we give 20-point value. A Liberty V nickel, 20 points apiece. We found one of those in the last nickel box hunt. Buffalo nickels, 10 points. War nickels, 7 points. Those are the 1943, 4, and 5, and part of 1942 that are 35% silver. Semi-key dates, 5 points. Proof nickels, 4 points. In the 30s that are Jeffersons are 3. The 40s are 2. The 50s are 1.5 points. Any foreign nickel is 2. We did find a German 10-cent piece in the last box we did, which is pretty cool. And anything miscellaneous, like we found a penny in our nickel box last week, is worth 1 point. So when I refer to a score, this is the score sheet that I am using to score it. I won't show this every time. I'll probably not show it again until the end. But on the bottom, I will be scrolling the score. So let's get started. I will open up this box. Box XXX1. Don't know what that means. Don't remember seeing that stamp before. See if we can find any enders in this box. I usually don't have enders in my nickel boxes, but Hudson sometimes does. Ooh, I'm seeing a lot of newer looking nickels. Hey, we'll see. I am not seeing a lot of old looking nickels at all, but let's see what the insides hold on these nickels. I will be back with the first find. Oh boy, what a start. It's roll 3. Our first find is in roll 3. The first 2 had a lot of shinies in them, but boy, it was worth the wait. We have a 1943, which means, y'all know what that means. That's a war nickel, 35% silver. That is a 1943S. You can see the big mint mark above Monticello. That's a sign that it is a war nickel. Otherwise, it would be to the right of Monticello. It's got a lot of wear on it, but that is a 43S. That is a war nickel. First start, and that is awesome. War nickel is worth 7 points. I also forgot to mention earlier, we are working on filling a book. Let me show you the book. I got some special books that are just 1938 through 1961 of Jefferson nickels. And I can look here and see a 43S, which we do not have until now. The mintage is 104 million, but now we have a 43S. War nickel. Be back with the next find. All right, very next roll, roll 4. We got our second find. It is a 1959. Pretty clean 59. It is a 59D. A 59D has a mintage of 160 million. 2 finds. Let's keep this going. Roll 5. Very next roll, we have find number 3. It is a 1947. Got a little green thing going on. It is a 47S. A 47S. And a 47S has a mintage of only 24 million. And we didn't have that one in our book. We'll take it. Roll 6. We've got our fourth find. It is a 1957. Mr. Jefferson. A 57D. Look at the mintage here real quick. A 57D has a mintage of 136 million. 4 finds, 6 rolls. Good pace. All right. Yikes. Still in roll 6. Still in roll 6. Do you see what I see? Right there, third coin in. That is a buffalo nickel. That right there is a buffalo nickel. It's got a date. It's got a date. Let's look at it under the scope. $1936, very clear date. Buffalo nickel. Oh, a war nickel and a buffalo nickel in the first 6 rolls? Are you kidding me? 1936. I do not see a mint mark. I do see part of a horn on that buffalo nickel. It is the American bison, but it is a buffalo nickel. 1936. You gotta like that. A buffalo nickel and a war nickel. Holy cats. I'm telling you, this box was sitting at the bank on Wednesday. I asked them to order me 2 boxes of nickels. Box of nickels is $100. You're only going to keep your finds. So it can be a very inexpensive hobby. And we have a buffalo and a war nickel in the first 6 rolls. Buffalo nickel's a 10-pointer. Great find. Man, this box just keeps giving. In roll 8, we have a 1938. So it's a 3-pointer or more, because a 38D and a 38S are both key dates. And you know, for a 38, that's in decent shape. Come on, can we pop a key date? No, I don't. Wait a minute, is that a D? I think that might be a D. Did this last week, and it ended up not being. Let's zoom in. And focus. It is a D. That is a 38D key date. A 38D key date. Holy smokes. Key date nickel, 20 points. 1938D key date nickel. What a box already. Oh my gosh. And it was sitting at the bank on Wednesday. So I still have the last coin here under the scope. I've pulled it up on PCGS. And on PCGS, the mint mark is quite a bit higher. So I'm thinking now that even though I very clearly see what I think is a D, It's not positioned exactly where it's supposed to be. So I am not sure. I'm thinking now that this may not be the key date. Either way, it's a 1938, which is a great find, and we shall take it. I'm in roll 10, and we have our 7th find. I haven't pulled it out yet. This is starting very much to look like it might be a 2-part episode, because I don't know if you see what I see right there, but that is not Thomas Jefferson. It is not. And it also does not look like it has a date. But that's going to be our 2nd Buffalo nickel of the box. Maybe I can pick up a date off of that. Go to the scope. I'm going to have to back off the scope. I had it up tight to try to get figure out that 38 Jefferson. Ooh. The buff. Let's see if I can see a date. I do not see a date. Oh, I see a 7. I see a 7 or a 2. Let me look at this and I'll get back to you. But that is our 2nd Buffalo nickel. Boy, that thing's worn. I wonder if that's a 1917. And that has a mint mark. I believe that is an S mint mark. I believe that we have an S mint mark down there. We do. Or a D. Now that I look at it closer, we have a D mint mark, I think. Well, I was going to get his eyes checked. Let me see if I can pull a date off of this, and I'll be right back. Alright, I cannot pull a date or a for sure mint mark off of this. So, what we are going to do is we are going to use some date restorer, Nicodate, and we're going to see if we can pull a date off of this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to put a little bit of this stuff goes a long way. If this works, we'll be able to see a date come up. Let's see if I can get the light in the right places. And let me see if I can get a drop of this in the right place. Maybe more than a drop. And let's see if we can see the date pop out at us. Sometimes you can see it come out right through the liquid. Definitely reflecting my lights. Sometimes this works. Sometimes it doesn't. I am not seeing anything for sure. liquid has turned very dirty. I'm going to dip this in water. Deactivate the nicotate. Wipe it with a Kleenex. We'll put it back under the scope and see if we can see anything. Yes, it's magic. We've got a 1917. We have a 1917 Buffalo nickel, and you got to see it nickedated. So on a 1917, the mint mark is between the E and the C, but partially below the E. 1917. Hudson, how old would that be, bud? If Hudson was here, he'd say 105 years old, Paul. That's the date I thought I might see when I was looking at it naked eye. I think I've been wrong so often I'm gun shy. Doesn't really matter other than my curiosity now that it's nickedated. But I think it might be a 1917S. If it is a 1917S and G4, it's a $30 coin. Nickedating it, we have taken some of the value out of it, but we know what it is now. We didn't before. That's our second Buffalo nickel out of 10 rolls. This video's getting long. It's definitely going to be a two-parter. Wow, that is another 10-pointer. All right, in roll 12, we've got our 8th find. It is a 1947 D, a 47D. And a 1947 D has a mintage of 37.8 million. And we did not have that one in our book. Awesome. All right, in roll 17, we have our 9th find of the box, and it is a beautiful 1959. Beautiful 1959. And not as beautiful on the back. Not seeing a lot of steps, but it's a 59D. We shall take it. Find number 9. This is definitely going to be a two-part video. All right, roll 20. And we have our 10th find. We've got another 1959. And it is another 1959D. 10 finds, 20 rolls. Okay, still in roll 20, we have our 11th find. We've got a 1949. If this is a 1949S, we have a semi-key date. And I do not see a mint mark, I don't think. I'm going to take a better look at that and I will let you know. 11 finds through 20 rolls. Alright, upon closer examination, a little more magnification, and finally getting one, we've got a 49S. We have a semi-key date. We have a semi-key date. Semi-key dates are worth 5 points. It is a 49S. Still 11 finds through 20 rolls. Holy smokes, what a box. Alright, we're getting close to 20 minutes, so we're going to knock this hunt off. This will be part 1. There will be a part 2 out soon. But through 20 rolls, we already have 11 finds, including a 1938P, which has a mintage of 19 million, a 1943S war nickel, a mintage of 104 million, a 1947P, with a mintage of 95 million, a 47D with a mintage of 37 million, and a 49S semi-key date with a mintage of only 9.7 million. Wow, what a box we got going. 11 finds, 45.5 points, 20 rolls. We got 30 rolls left to hunt. It could slow down, who knows? But we'll be back with part 2. It's all about the Jeffersons very soon when Paul has more spare time.